Hello, welcome to my stables. I'm the Chocobo Keeper, and welcome back to Nier. Last episode we started to, we came to the Forest of Myth because there was a sealed verse, and we had saved the mayor from the sickness. And then we started doing somebody else's, and then we ended up failing because we drowned in the dream. We took too long. So now we have to go and save somebody else. I think there's 2 other people we gotta go save, but let's collect the shinies first. But
this person must be dreaming too.
It would appear that way, yes.
Enter this villager's dream. Do we have a choice?
Can't say I'm very excited to go back there. That dream world sorta creeps me out.
Perhaps you should spend less time complaining and more time getting on with the mission.
Yeah.
I breathe air scented with death and resist the urge to laugh, for I know it will sound like the words of a madman. How long have I been in this fresh hell? My box, my prison, is tucked beneath a stairway in the long unused catacombs of some infinite castle. Outside, I hear the sounds of a funeral dirge that plays without end. Light has no place here. Wind is a forgotten friend. I pray for death to come, but he forsakes me. Time passes. An eternity slips by in a single tick of the clock. Someone knocks on my prison. Anyone there? I hear an unfamiliar voice say. My savior! I claw at the door of my jail, embedding thick splinters under my ragged nails. I scream for help. I laugh. I sob. Surely this is a product of my addled mind. Surely it cannot be true. Help me! I cry. For love of all the gods, help me! Implausibly, I hear the sound of a lock being torn out and falling to the floor. As the door slowly creaks open, I have just enough time to see a silver-haired boy in a floating book before the light pours inside. My eyes, accustomed to the blackness, explode with pain, and I am forced to turn away. Who are you? I ask, shaking hands covering my face. How have you come to this place? I am Grimoire Weiss. This is Chocobo. Long have we been searching for you. Now come, stand. We shall awaken from this nightmare together. The one known as Chocobo extends his hand and pulls me from the cell. Though my eyes are slow to adjust to freedom, my ears are keen as ever, and they recognize the staccato sounds of heavy rain. I never thought to hear that again, I whispered. But that this were not such a terrible storm, said Grimoire Weiss. Look at your feet. I force my eyes open and see water pooling around my ankles and lapping at my shins. There's so much of it. Yes, and more comes each moment we delay. If we do not make good our escape, we shall all drown in this castle. We know you are weak, but you are our only hope to survive this place. Time, that long-forgotten friend, made itself known again. I nodded my head and swore to save my rescuers, no matter the cost. The castle catacombs are a maze, twisting upon themselves like the endless entrails of a giant. I squint down the dim corridors and proceed north. At the end of the corridor, I find a row of 20 gorgeous canopied beds resting atop a carpet of velvet. All are covered in a thick layer of dust and cobwebs. Searching for the door to the next room, I come upon a shapeless mass of gray matter. It has been shoved against the side of the wall, and despite my fever, I think I see outlines of a door just beyond. When I reach out a finger and touch a piece of the mass, it turns to dust and drifts away on the wind. Realization slowly dawns, and I fall to my knees and weep. Corpses. I face a mountain of charred and crumbling corpses. I look from it to the beds and back again until the horror dawns full upon me. Someone has piled these bodies into a tower and set them ablaze. Whether they were alive or dead, I do not know. Insanity will not permit me to consider the proposition further. I make a sound. Whether a scream or laughter, I cannot be certain. Then my mind grants me merciful blackness, and I find myself opening the door and leaving the most terrible of rooms. I squint down the dim corridors and proceed east. I squint down the dim corridors and proceed north. I squint down the corridors. We can't go south because that's where we came from, so let's keep going north. At the end of the path, the waters rise to my waist, exhausting me both physically and spiritually. I pray that this is the way out. Eventually, I can stand the sight of the waters no longer, and so I turn my eyes upward. Imagine my surprise when I see a series of paintings hanging on the faded plaster wall. Each depicts a person in the prime of life, clad in clothing of the highest quality. The styles, however, are strange to me, leading me to believe that these people had lived long, long ago. One subject wears an outfit that particularly catches my eye. It is constructed of a thin, breezy cloth, and decorated with a motif of flowers and birds, while encircling the figure's waist is a leather belt of the most perfect construction. It is a stunning costume even by modern standards. As I gaze at the portrait, I am struck by a desire to touch it with my own hands. Yet as I extend a single finger to the painting, I am gripped by a most unpleasant feeling. Staring closely at the image, I see it bend and warp into the shape of another finger. Something behind the picture is pointing at me. Is it another prisoner? A fellow inmate trapped for eternity in this place? I cannot let it pass, and so I seize the portrait with both hands and throw it into the water. The wall is hollow behind the painting, and inside I can just make out a body. Whether or not this is a prisoner, there would be no rescue. The poor soul is long dead. Scraps of clothing lie on the floor around the bones. Only a small amount of the fabric has survived, but it features the same delicate designs that were depicted in the portrait. I have been admiring a row of corpses, blocked from view by portraits of each victim at their pinnacle. Enough! Shielding my eyes, I paddle forward through the water. I squint down the dim corridors and have to go back the way we came. Let's try west. At the end of the path, a row of heavy wooden casks lie on their sides in a dark chamber. Doubtless they are filled with wine. My thirst roars to life. I cannot remember the last time my parched throat had relief. I scramble to the first cask and pull frantically at the cork. The theft of a few cups mean nothing, I tell myself. The casks will be ruined by the flood regardless. Finally, the cork surrenders to my attack, and thick red liquid bursts forth from the hole. This is no wine. It is blood still warm from the body. Whether animal or something else, I cannot say. The foul liquid soon mixes with the rising floodwaters, creating a warmth that laps against my thighs. By all the gods! Are all the rest of these casks filled with blood as well? I lack the courage to confirm my suspicion. Disgust quickly becomes fear as I turn to flee, but my weakened legs betray me, sending me toppling over into the red ocean below. The smell of death is everywhere. It threatens to consume me. I must escape this hell. Crawling on all fours like an animal, holding back screams lest any foulness enter my mouth. I lurch forward through the red waters and out of the room to freedom. Looks like we're headed east. At the end of the path, I find myself in a great hall with only the sounds of rain for comfort. The waterlogged red carpet squishes beneath my feet as I approach the center of the room. Once there, I behold a beautiful dining table upon which rests china and silver of the finest construction, as well as the remains of a fantastic feast. As my eyes continue to adjust, I see many chairs surrounding the table, each holding a dinner guest. Noticing movement, I approach the chair at the table's head, but as the truth of the matter dawns on me, I recoil in horror. The host of the feast is a corpse, as are all of the invited guests. An army of foul, wriggling insects have made homes in their remnants, and this is the movement I saw. This once splendid feast was now nothing more than a requiem for the damned. I take a moment to steady my shaking hands and slowly back away from the table. Desperate to lose sight of the abomination before me, my gaze lands on the chairs upon which the dead were seated. This is a mistake, for the chairs prove to be even more terrible than the feast itself. Each one is covered in a layer of spikes that run from the seat, up the back, and down the arms. This explains the color of the carpet beneath my feet. I can only pray that the unfortunate diners were dead when the meal began. For if not, it is a simple task to envision the agonized screams that must have sprung forth from their mouths. My mind grasps frantically at the possibility that these souls had committed some terrible crime for which this was punishment, though in truth, I suspect they had committed no crime at all. There would be no tomorrow for these unfortunates. This was their last supper. I squint down the dim corridors and head north. The water has risen to my chin and now laps greedily at my mouth and nose. "You dumb bast! You dumb bast!" shouts Chocobo. He surely desires to say more, but the rest of his insult is cut short by the rising water. Grimoire Weiss, wet and tattered, floats on the water's surface. It is already too late for him. This wasn't how it was supposed to end. Continue. So it looks like we gotta go east immediately? Yes, east. And we're back. Let's see. We headed east to get in here, so we need to head north. Against all hope, we make it to the front door. "Break it down!" someone cries, and so I give myself to the effort. In tandem with Chocobo and Grimoire Weiss, I slam my body against the thick, sturdy door. On the third try, it gives way, and we find ourselves sprawled on the ground outside the castle. The storm is in retreat. The clouds above are still dark and foreboding, but to the west, I can see a thin shimmer of sunlight trying to break through. "How can I thank you?" I cry as tears join the rain on my cheeks. I would surely have died in there. Looking down, I suddenly notice that my dress is in tatters, and sheepishly try to cover my exposed skin. "Your dress?" asks Weiss. "Then you are a woman, madam." "I am." I proffer the two a smile. I suppose that comes as something of a surprise, seeing as how I exist only in the form of words. I can see that the one known as Chocobo is disappointed that the torn dress will be given no further description, but he hides it well. With a nod and a shrug, the three of us set forth to our awakening. But behind us, an awakening of another kind is taking place. Black smoke fills the abandoned castle, providing the countless damsels inside with their final shroud. After a moment, the castle's windows shatter with a mighty roar. A fresh breeze blows through the hallways and corridors, clearing the smoke away for good. As we watch in awe, uncountable black shadows slowly flicker to life, crossing to and fro in front of the broken windows. The castle's dead have awakened to their new life. The shades. Oh look, she doesn't have a hood anymore.
You have anything to say about that?
Hopefully there will be no labyrinth next time.
I hear that.
What do you have to say?
Thank you so much for saving me. I never want to have a dream like that again.
I sense therapy is in your future, ma'am. Did stuff respawn? No, but we are going to save after that. Just in case something happens. And find the final villager. Something mysterious about this tree. Oh, there's Fox.
And another victim. This work certainly is trying.
Sure, why not?
I figured a book like you would be into all this word stuff, Weiss.
Even I have my exceptions. Now let's be off.
A colony of massive sculptures was visible in the distance, their tall forms scraping against the sky. Vice and Chocobo had never seen such a sight, and their eyes widened as they tried to take it in.
Those buildings must be huge if we can see them from this far away. What do you think, Vice?
As Vice considered his answer, the sun beat down on them with renewed ferocity.
Perhaps they are some manner of mirage,
He said. Under this heat, a mirage or two would hardly be an unexpected sight. Chocobo nodded and wiped the sweat off his brow, leaving a trail of sand in its place. He thought he'd never been so thirsty. The ancient road on which they walked was black and cracked with age. Here and there, thin wisps of grass pushed up through the rocky surface, as if defying those who had laid this material down over their home. The heat reflecting from the road made Chocobo lightheaded. His feet hurting, he crouched down to rest. I don't know how much longer I could do this. Is someone playing a joke on us or what? The complaining had already begun. Vice tried not to let his eyes roll too much. A joke, he said. No joke. This road leads to the city of art. Perhaps the path itself is simply some manner of grand artistic work. You don't sound very sure of yourself there. Perhaps not, but thinking of it in this way might make it easier for you to bear. Chocobo glanced at Vice's grinning face, shook his head, and resumed walking. As time passed, Chocobo grew more painful, and his throat drier than he thought possible. As time passed, Chocobo's feet grew more painful. Oh, oops. He tried not to look further than the next step ahead, because the bright sunlight made him hesitant to trust his own senses. We are definitely getting closer, said Vice in an effort to cheer his companion. Yes, this much is certain. Encouraged, Chocobo lifted his gaze. Suddenly, he stopped walking, choosing instead to stand in the middle of the road with his mouth and eyes wide open and his finger pointing in the distance. Water, he cried. It's water. Water? Asked Vice. Preposterous. I don't see any water. Over there, just ahead of us, look! The sun is reflecting off it. Without waiting for a response, Chocobo sprang to life and bounded toward the sight. What in the... There was no water. There was nothing but sand in every direction. Chocobo closed his eyes and sighed as Vice floated behind him and chuckled softly. I believe this is known as a mirage, he said. Many a desert traveler has spoken of such things. Chocobo shook his head, bewildered. Suddenly, he pointed off in the distance, his eyes wide once more. Wait, there it is! I just missed it! Look, it's right there! Chocobo sprinted off again, leaving Vice with no choice but to follow. After a few minutes of running, Chocobo came to a halt. I could have sworn it was right around here. Confused, he put his hands up to his eyes and rubbed them vigorously. As soon as he stopped, he noticed a blue, shimmering pool of clear water just over the next rise. With a shout, he bounded off in search of it. The chase continued for nearly an hour, until an exasperated Vice finally floated up to Chocobo and struck him in the face with his cover. Enough, you blithering idiot! Stop this at once! There is no water here! Chocobo's face clouded. There isn't? There is not, and perhaps next time you will listen to me when I tell you as much. Vice paused for a moment, then continued, speaking in a slightly kinder tone. However, I suppose this mad chase was not altogether wasted. It seems we have arrived in the city of art. Chocobo looked up. Stretched out before him was a row of impossibly tall sculptures. Their journey was at an end. They're huge, cried Chocobo, completely forgetting the heat and the pain of the past few hours. I've never seen anything so big. Each sculpture was formed from roughly the same shape, a tall rectangle that stretched up toward the sky. But that is where the similarities ended. Most were covered with panes of glass that reflected light in 1,000 directions. while others seemed to be nothing but frames of steel. Some had tall spires on their tops, while others possessed triangular caps. What kind of city is this, said Chocobo? Where are the people? Where are the houses? Perhaps the land is intended exclusively for artistic use. The debate continued as they made their way through the city. Miracles of artistry were everywhere. Great iron crates with wheels sat silent on steel rails. Beautifully carved works with lights of red, amber, and green dingled over every street. As they moved away from the massive sculptures, they found a great array of smaller ones. Some were covered in glass or brick, but many were composed of materials they had never before encountered. The sheer variety of colors and styles was staggering. Unable to find a theme or purpose to the abstract works around them, Chocobo and Vice eventually fell silent. On the outskirts of the city, they discovered 3 sculptures in the shape of humans. Chocobo uttered a sigh of relief as he approached them. Finally, I was getting tired of modern art. The 3 statues were indistinguishable except for a single word chiseled into their right arms. One read Alpha, one read Beta, and the final one Gamma. As Chocobo moved to touch the nearest statue, a bird flew from the top of one of the sculptures. Alighting on the statue's shoulder, it emitted a brief, beautiful song that took the form of words. Only one form is real. The others are false. The real form will only speak the truth. The false one will only speak lies. With that, the bird departed. As if on cue, the 3 statues shuddered to life, acquiring color and form as they began to breathe. Hey, look at that, said Chocobo. They're alive! The triplets bowed low before Chocobo. Please, said Alpha. You have to get me out of this nightmare. I am real. Stop lying, said Beta. He turned to Chocobo and threw his hands in the air. Alpha's a fake, you know. I'm the real one. What a load of crap, said Gamma. Beta is fake. Everyone knows I'm the only real one around here. Their respective pleas given, the 3 statues returned to their frozen state as silence once again enveloped the city. When you consider all of the statements, only one of them could be the real thing, said Vice. Chocobo furrowed his eyebrows and considered his answer. Only one form is real. The others are false. The real form will always speak the truth. The false one will only speak lies. So, if Alpha is telling the truth, that would make Beta and Gamma to be like. That would make Gamma also telling the truth, because Beta is saying that Alpha isn't the... Come on. Thank you. Beta would be telling the truth because... Alright, let me start this over. I think Beta is the answer, because Alpha says that he is the real form. Meanwhile, Beta says he's not. If Alpha was telling the truth, that would mean Gamma is also telling the truth, because Gamma claims that Beta is lying, however, Gamma is telling the truth. But it could also be Gamma is telling the truth because he says that Beta is lying. However, Beta is also telling the truth that Alpha is lying. So I think Beta is the correct answer in this. Why does my controller not work? Come on now. At some point, thank you. Beta. The real one is Beta. Though Chocobo's voice betrayed a notable lack of confidence, he was relieved to see Vice nodding at him. If Alpha were telling the truth, began Vice in the dry tones of a lecturer, Beta and Gamma would be fakes. But in that case, Gamma's claim that Beta is fake would be truth, even though Gamma is a liar. Therefore, that theory crumbles. Now let us presume that Gamma spoke the truth. That makes Alpha and Beta liars. In this situation, however, Beta is calling Alpha a liar, which would leave us with two statues telling the truth. Finally, let us assume that Beta is telling the truth. If so, Alpha and Gamma's lives would make sense. Therefore, Beta must be real. As Vice can finish his explanation, Alpha and Gamma crumbled soundlessly into the dust, while Beta sprang to life once more. "Congratulations, villager," said Vice in a cheerful voice. "The time to awaken has arrived." "Thank you for saving me," cried the villager. He dropped to his knees and bowed his head as low as he could go before an uncomfortable chocobo pulled him to his feet. "Why did you have a dream like this?" asked Vice. "Have you been to the city before?" The villager slowly looked around at the bizarre objects and sculptures that dotted the landscape and shook his head. I don't think so. I mean, it's impossible, right? There's no way I could have ever been to a place like this. But at the same time, I feel like I've seen it before." "Deja vu," muttered Chocobo. "Just like the mayor." The vague sense of unease that stroked Chocobo during the mayor's dream spread once more through his mind.
That was rough.
I am positive I have seen that place before.
Okay, that's enough. Don't need you getting all weird on me too. Okay, there. Now all the villagers can wake up, right?
Yes, if the mayor's assumption was correct. I think I have had enough wordplay to last a lifetime. Thank you very much.
You're telling me. Anyway, let's go see the mayor.
Alrighty, Rue. Break the box. Let's save again. Because who knows what's gonna happen.
Oh, how wonderful. Thank you so much. Here, I have something for you.
Ooh, faith.
Wow, this looks valuable. I can really have it?
Of course. It's apparently a weapon of some renown, but we have little use for it.
Well, we appreciate it.
Thank you again for everything.
I wonder if we can do something about this tree. No, we can't? Alright. So... oh, it deals more damage. Very nice. Alright, so... what did this do? Oh, it did poison. Interesting. Poison and attack. Fuel. Oh, very pretty. I like it. Now I believe we head off back to Popola.
So how was the village?
Oh, it was truly magnificent. There are no words. Really.
Neat.
Let's get back to Popola. She'll probably want to know what's going on in there.
Here, let me get on my trusty board here.
Get out of my way! I have to save Yona!
Calm down. You cannot prevail if you are blinded with rage.
Oh, I gotta relearn the controls. Oh, I forgot that one was a thing. So, listening to the story in the castle, are shades basically just ghosts of the... Ooh. Ghosts of the damned, or ghosts of the deceased? And that just said thank yous, so yeah, I'm a little bit confused. Pew! Pew! Nice. So, remember the plants that I planted last time before I moved? Yeah, they're probably dead again, aren't they? I'm gonna bet they're probably most likely 100% dead. Also, I apologize if I'm not as talkative as normal. I'm just trying to conserve my voice for... just in case there's another dialogue scene where I have to talk or something like that. I'm not trying to be mean, but this whole sinus thing is kicking my butt.
The death dream certainly is a strange illness.
Yeah, it was something all right.
Even I, with my natural love for words, have no desire to visit that place ever again.
You guys did well. You've been making a lot of long trips lately. Are you sure you're not pushing yourself too hard?
I'm okay. I can't just sit around all day while Yona's sick, after all.
If you say so.
So, anything I can do for you?
Well, I suppose there is one thing I could use a hand with. Have you heard about our plans to repair the canal? The work probably won't happen for a while, but once it's done, we can use the canal for trade and travel and all kinds of useful things. Unfortunately, however, we're a bit behind schedule at the moment. If you're willing to help out, I'd really appreciate it.
No problem. What do you need?
Great. So, the man I originally asked to help on this project hasn't shown up for work in a few days. I'm starting to get a little worried, so maybe you can head over to Seafront and check up on him? I'll mark the location of his house on your map. He always carries a red bag over his shoulder, so he should be easy enough to find.
Got it.
You know, if you're gonna do work starting from your village, wouldn't you have work for someone from the village? Oh, we already fought this one.
It's a sculpted leaf. Right?
This is the first sane thing I have seen in this room.
So we're missing two bosses. The top shelf and the middle shelf here. So we'll see what happens. Today, Papa sent me a new book about a great big tree. I really hope it has a happy ending. There's nothing worse than a sad tree.
A canal, is it? Fascinating. If we had a ferry, we could put these days of endlessly running about behind us.
Don't you just float everywhere anyway?
Do you think I am borne aloft by the winds, lad? It takes stamina to maintain this height.
Oh, really?
You could at least try to hide the utter dismay, you know.
Oh, someone got a question.
Excuse me, but have you seen my son?
I don't think so. Why? Is something wrong?
When I got home, I found a note from him that said he was leaving and not to look for him. What if he's left the village? Please, you have to help me. I'll pay you whatever you want. My son shouldn't be too hard to spot. He wears a very odd hat. You can see it from a mile away.
Sure.
Okay. If I see him, I'll let him know his father's worried about him.
So, my question... Huh. Alright, well... He wears an odd hat. I think, yep, that's a Coppola thing. This is Mutton Lady.
Some of the gate guard, they claim to be working, but...
Please get that mutt.
Alright. You don't think he's in this village? Or else the father wouldn't have said anything about it in the first place? So... we'll just...
Where are you?
We'll just go on to Seafront, see if we can't find him on the way there. Watch, he's probably laying dead somewhere. It'd be our luck. I wonder if I can fight him now. Nice. Oh shit. There we go. Come on, let's get him. Yeah, we got him. Yeah. Look at that. Is that all we get from you? No, but that was cool and very, very satisfactory to pull off. I am a happy Choco. Alright, bye, Connie. You know, it's okay if you hid in bed. Oh, hey, it's this guy.
Hey, are you the guy who's supposed to help repair the canal? Popola sent me to...
Oh god, it's over. My life is over.
Surely you must realize nothing good can come of being involved with this particular endeavor.
Easy, Vice. Hey, so, are you alright? What happened?
It's my wife. She left home a week ago and hasn't come back. I'm so worried I can't even focus on my work. Oh, my sweet dumpling, where are you?
Okay.
Wow, that's terrible. Would you like us to help you look for her?
Really? You do that for me?
Sure. But do you have any idea where we should start?
Well, she always used to enjoy drinking at the tavern with her friends.
Used to?
Alright, then I guess we'll start with them.
Thank you. This means the world to me. Oh, and by the way, my wife always carries a red bag, just like mine. If you mention that, it might ring some bells.
Okay, so either this guy has multiple personality disorder, or he's just that, oh my god, we're twinning type relationship.
I've met some odd couples in my day, but none who felt the need to wander about flaunting matching luggage.
You need to get with the times. Coordinated outfits are all the rage. Plus, these bags are special. We bought them for our anniversary. But now my sweet dumpling is gone. And it's all my fault. Oh, God.
Okay, just stay calm. We'll go look for her, alright? You sit tight.
Interesting. Why is it your fault?
I'm willing to bet that man knows more about his wife absconding than he's letting on.
Hey there, I'm, looking for a woman carrying a red bag.
Are you now? Interesting. Did something happen to her?
She hasn't been home and her husband's worried. Do you know anything about where she might be?
Trouble in paradise, is it? Oh, those two never change. Anyway, the short answer is no. She hasn't been around here either. Though come to think of it, she always got on well with the woman over at the tackle shop. Maybe you should try her?
I'll do that. Thanks.
Hey, what's the rush? You've got a cute face. Why not sit here and join me for a round? Or 3?
Sorry, ma'am, but I'm not old enough to drink.
Alright, the tackle shop is just up here.
Hey there, do you know a woman with a red bag by any chance?
A red bag? Oh, sure. Although now that I think about it, I haven't seen her in a while. Last time she came around, she mentioned something about leaving town, but I figured it was just idle talk.
Leaving town, huh? Alright, thanks for your time.
Interesting.
If she has truly left this charming hamlet, finding her may prove most difficult indeed.
I just hope she hasn't been attacked by shades or anything.
Let's try and look for this odd-hatted boy. Kinda using the mini-map to get my feel for everything.
You seem to be in good spirits.
Oh, I am. My new flower shop is already far more successful than I ever dreamed.
Really? Well, great.
I was in trouble before, but I think I've got a good foundation here. In fact, I want to ask my girlfriend in the area to come live with me here. It's the least I can do after all I put her through. The only problem is I don't really have time to go all the way over there, so I was thinking of sending a letter instead.
Sounds like it's time sensitive. Want me to deliver it for you?
Oh, really? Are you sure?
Oh, he is sure. This lad loves nothing more than meddling in other people's affairs.
Excellent. Well, my girlfriend lives near the chief's house. Give her this Phrygia with the letter, okay? I really wanted to give her a lunar tear, but as I'm sure you know, the whole reason they call them legendary is that they're so hard to cultivate. But I did manage to cultivate a Phrygia. She's always liked Phrygias, so I guess things turned out for the best.
Cultivating lunar tears must require a remarkable amount of work.
Yeah, even so. It's nice that guy works so hard to be able to invite his girlfriend out to join him.
I found the kid.
Hey, are you the kid who ran away from home?
Huh? Oh man, how'd you...
Your father's worried sick about you. Why'd you leave anyway?
Because he wants me to, like, take up the family business. And I ain't doing it, man. I'm a rebel.
Oh my god.
Yes, we can see that. Well, perhaps you should let your father know that you're alive and well, and also explain to him why you left.
Oh man, why do people always gotta hassle me? Yeah, alright, I'll do it. But first, you gotta do something for me, man. The guy who runs the tavern's been helping me since I got here. And I want to give him something nice. I was thinking I could, like, cook dinner or something, but I don't have any ingredients or whatever, so, yeah.
If it'll get you back home to your father sooner, then fine, I'll help. What do you need?
This guy, man, he don't eat nothing but fish. All the time, every day. Fish, fish, fish. So I was thinking he might, like, want to try eating meat or whatever. You know, for a change. So, could you give me, like, 5 pieces of mutton and 3 pieces of goat meat? I can find the pans and spoons and stuff, so just bring the meat to his place whenever, man.
But who can say if said girlfriend honestly wanted to wait?
What do you mean?
Surely the woman desired to live with him, did she not?
Well, probably, yeah. But he wasn't able to make it happen. That's why he left her in the village.
It would have been difficult, yes, but perhaps preferable to a life of solitude. Why did they not think about how much time and distance would separate them?
But it's the first request I've made in ages. How dare you deny it?
Oh, I forgot about this woman.
You can't leave. Who's going to tend the lighthouse?
How much longer will you force me to toil here? I must go to him. I need to board a ship as soon as possible.
No way, lady. It's back to work for you. Now get going.
Ooh. That's a bit cold. What the hell was that about?
What's going on?
There's no one else in town who knows how to keep the lighthouse burning. We need her. Look, she seems to trust you. Think you could maybe talk her into it?
She don't trust us for shit.
I suppose a visit is in order, yes?
So... Okay, yeah, we got a little sidetracked, but that's okay. We're gonna see what's going on with the lighthouse lady, and then... It is time sensitive. This quest is time sensitive, so... It's not gonna be days and days and days before I deliver it. So... I'll go to her, I'll go to the Airy. And apparently there's another person to talk to down at the bottom of the beach.
Ma'am?
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
Oh, no.
As I feared, it's the black scrawl. In an advanced case at that.
So that's the illness she kept mentioning.
Oh, you. I suppose you want to tell everyone about my illness, hmm? Well, don't. I don't fear death. I've lived long enough and I'm weary of it. I'm weary of being alone. But though I don't fear death, I do have one regret. I wanted to see my love one last time. I've spent 50 years working the lighthouse for these people, and now they won't let me leave. I just want to see him. I want to board the ship that will take me to him. Oh, cruel world.
So it's a dying wish now, is it?
We should help her out, Vice.
We've better things to do than stay here and operate a lighthouse. You'll have to convince the villagers to help.
Come on, let's start with the postman.
Fair enough. I'm trying to figure out how the black scrawl works, because it seems that it's not contagious, because obviously no one else in the village has it, in the Seafront has it. No one in our village has it. We don't have it, so what's going on here? Oh, so what do you want?
Hey, you gotta help me out here. You just gotta. I'm having serious girl trouble. See, there's this girl that I'm pretty wild for, so I asked her out. But she won't even consider it unless I take her to a really nice restaurant.
That seems rather demanding.
She really appreciates the finer things in life. First-class places for a first-class lady. She's so cool.
Oh, Lord.
Everyone has their own tastes, I guess.
I still like the light contrast where the camera adjusts to the brightness and the dimness. I do appreciate that. Alright. So the primary task is to find his girlfriend. The second task, I need to find goat meat and mutton. Okay, that's random.
Something about that shade seems rather odd.
It's a bit late for that. Oh, it's a red bag. She got shaded.
Hey, look at this.
It is identical to the red satchel carried by the man who sent us on this mad quest. Perhaps it belongs to his spouse.
Oh no. Do you think the shades got her?
I fear it likely, lad. I sense no other activity in the immediate vicinity. We were too late.
Well, this is terrible. What are we supposed to say?
However difficult it may be, we've no choice but to tell the man the truth.
Yep. That is unfortunate. This is fantasy meat. She was so close. She was like halfway to here. And then she ended up not making it. Now, I know Devila is in there with another job, so what we're gonna do is kind of finish up what we got going here and then do any other quests. I think what I'll do is I'll do some supercut episode where I kind of focus on the other side quests we have. That way we can kind of finish those up before certain events happen, because once you get so far in the storyline, you're actually not able to complete stuff. due to major plotline spoilers. Let's see. Oh, so I have the wool. Alright. Oh, I need to get a watermelon. Shark, rice, and mushroom. I need one more piece of mutton. Might as well look for some goats too. That way I can finish off doing one. I kind of deserve that.
Looks like we've got everything the runaway kid asked for.
Yeah, we're also gonna kill some shit because why not? Alright, go beans. I need 5 more hides. Goat hides, I should be more specific. And usually there's some goats right here. Schmack! Oh, that's goat meat. I can't remember when there's any other goats, so we'll kind of just run around and see. Oh, so close. I have a feeling I'm gonna need these too, so might as well collect them. That was weird. Alright, I thought I saw a little... Hey, there's something here. Alright, so we gotta go back up to the chief's house. It's that... Crap, which one is it again? Alright, so that's that one. Need to climb up. Okay. Sorry, the area can be a maze.
It's over. It's all over. Kaine saved the village.
Yeah.
That poor girl.
What's up with that shining? You see that? It's probably a collectible. So she lives in the house next to the chief's. Is it maybe possibly here?
Kaine's a good person, once you get through all the weirdness.
Yeah, okay.
This must be the place the florist was talking about.
You think she stepped out?
Oh, perhaps she moved. It doesn't look like this house has been occupied for some time.
Well, no point hanging around. We'd better go back to town. Shame she wasn't there.
Indeed.
Guess you were right, Vice. They should have stuck together.
I find it difficult to determine who is right at this point. In any case, we had best return to him.
Kaine.
Oh, just regular clay. Bit disappointed that
I
it
never
was...
dreamed I'd see such a monster. You bring death to this village.
Oh, Lord. Well, you can't change everybody. Well, if the house has been abandoned for quite some time, then he must not have been writing to her as much as he says he has. So it's kinda on him. Well, that's new. Ow. Heal! Nice. Obtain the pressed... Oh, she turned into a shade. Oh, well, shit.
The shade had a flower?
This is a freesia, the same flower we were delivering to the woman.
Uh-oh. Maybe his girlfriend was attacked by a shade.
Well... That's unfortunate. Well, we're gonna have to find out how that guy with the red bag is going to react next time we play Nier. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment on if you have played or seen the game before, where can I get some rice, and where can I get some rubber. If you haven't, comment on what you think the postman is going to do about the lighthouse lady. The stable doors are now closing. Don't forget to peck the bell and scratch the subscribe button so you know when the next video is out. I hope y'all are having a good one, and I will catch you in the next video. Whee!